Welcome to the Archive Network. I'm Aurelius, and with me, as always, Malik. We curate the Exploration Archive. Today, we open a new file. The first Ascent of Everest. Malik, you've had this one on your desk for a while. The trucks rumbled down the roads, loaded with dreams and determination. The Himalaya loomed ahead, a vast expanse of ice and rock that had thwarted generations of climbers. In the spring of 1953, this was more than just a mountain. It was a symbol of human aspiration. The Joint Himalayan Committee gathered in London, their discussions echoing the ambitions of an era eager to conquer the heights.
But this wasn't just about conquest, Aurelius. It was about the stories and sacrifices behind those dreams. The men and women who gathered were driven by obsession, yes, but also by a profound respect for the mountain and its history. They understood the stakes involved. This wasn't merely an expedition. It was a journey into the unknown, with lives hanging in the balance.
You're right about the stakes. This was no ordinary climb. It was a grand logistical exercise. They melded military discipline with mountaineering wisdom. John Hunt, chosen to lead the charge, understood that the mountain would not yield easily. Each climber was a soldier in this mission, and every detail mattered. They had to coordinate supplies, plan routes, and anticipate the unpredictable weather. Every step was calculated, and every decision weighed. It was a testament to human resolve against nature's might.
But calling them soldiers risks trivializing their experiences. These were not just men following orders. They were individuals with hopes, fears, and unique skills. The beekeeper from New Zealand and the Sherpa leader were crucial. They carried the weight of their own stories and cultures, and their understanding of the mountain was as vital as any plan laid out by the committee.
Fair point. But we can't overlook the fact that Hunt's meticulous planning was absolutely essential. The previous year's Swiss expedition really set the stage for them. This British team didn't just follow in their footsteps. They studied every misstep and aimed to improve upon them. It wasn't merely about climbing the mountain. It was about conquering it through careful strategy and thorough preparation. This is how we learn, adapt, and ultimately succeed against the odds.
However, the real challenge lay beyond maps and strategies. As they prepared, the weight of their venture grew heavier. Every piece of equipment they packed, every decision made in those warehouses carried a heavy moral weight. The mountain had a long history of loss, and they could almost feel the ghosts of those who'd come before them, reminding them of the stakes with every ascent. It wasn't just about reaching the summit. It was about honoring the memories of those who never returned.
True. The expedition wasn't just a technical feat. It was a moral one, too. They had to negotiate carefully with local leaders, employing skilled Sherpa porters who knew the mountain's secrets. Balancing commerce and power was crucial for success. If they didn't show respect to the mountain and its people, they risked everything. This was a high-stakes game, and they were prepared to offer that respect, understanding that it was the only way to achieve their goals and ensure survival.
Yet, it wasn't just respect that fueled their ambition. This was a moment of pride, of national identity. Each decision they made was weighed against the significance of their mission. The anticipation filled the air as they sealed the crates. They were about to embark on a journey that would test the limits of human endurance.
And that anticipation was palpable. As they loaded the trunks into trucks, purpose hardened into momentum. This was a well-orchestrated affair, with every detail meticulously accounted for. It struck me as reminiscent of Roman legions preparing for a campaign. The mountain was their battlefield, each soldier knowing their role. We watched as they moved with precision, a reminder that preparation is everything. In moments like these, we see history repeat itself, echoing the past in ways we often overlook.
But, while you see a battlefield, I see a journey into the unknown. The ocean stretch of their journey was a crucial transition. For many, that ship offered the last glimpse of comfort, a fleeting sense of safety. But for others, it was just the beginning of deprivation and hardship. They were leaving behind everything they knew, the last vestiges of certainty, stepping into a world filled with uncertainty and fear. Each wave was a reminder of what they had lost.
An important distinction, Norgay. As they approached the mountain, every decision was steeped in tension. A wrong choice could lead to frostbite or something far worse. The reality of their journey was about to set in, transforming their lofty dreams into a harsh existence. We often forget that empires are built on such trials. They forge paths through the most unforgiving terrains, testing the limits of human endurance and ambition. It's a relentless pursuit, always pushing forward.
But they weren't just forging paths. They were stepping into a narrative filled with wonder and fear. They faced despair and triumph, learning to read the mountain's voice like a wise old friend. The real test loomed ahead in the icy embrace of Everest, a place where the stakes were life and death. Each step was a gamble, and their journey was about to begin, with everything they held dear hanging in the balance.
The mountain loomed ahead, a silent sentinel waiting to test us. Would we conquer it, proving our mettle? Or would it conquer us, reminding us of our own limitations? The real drama of this expedition was only beginning to unfold. As we stepped into the wild world of wind and stone, we were not just facing nature's might. We were stepping into a saga of ambition, peril, and the relentless pursuit of greatness that has shaped our history.
That's where we leave it for now. Part 1 of 5. The first ascent of Everest is far from done. If you're new here, we're Aurelius and Malik, curators of the Exploration Archive, part of the Archive Network. Part 2 drops soon.